One of the most common questions we get is, how do the commissions work? And it's a really good question, probably one of the most important things as it relates to your bottom line. Let's first talk about how commissions generally work across the industry. Most realtors, they have whatever their fee is going to be, and they charge you the fee regardless of where the buyer comes from, regardless of who procures the buyer, how much work is done, how much value is created. Our philosophy is that you should never be paying any kind of compensation outside of the value that you've been provided. And it's our belief that if those two are in balance, if compensation and value are in balance, then people are really happy. But it's when those two get out of balance, and especially, again, relative to where does that buyer come from, so there's not necessarily the same amount of value being provided in accordance to how much compensation is being paid, and that sellers really start to get upset. So what we've done, we do this really differently. Like most things, we'll do it differently than the rest of the industry because we think a little bit different. Because we think different than the industry, and that's also why we get different results that are recognized by publications like the Wall Street Journal, Real Trends, and San Diego Business Journal among the top teams in the nation. So the way we work it is we have what we call a flexible commission schedule. You might be paying anywhere from 0%, depending on where that buyer comes from, all the way through 3 other tiers that continue to rise in terms of how much commission's paid out. But remember, you'll only ever pay those higher amounts if after the fee differences, you're still netting more money. So we've built a system that ensures you're only ever taking the offer that results in the highest net value to you, again, after the fee differences. We call it our flexible commission structure, and it's what you've heard some of San Diego's most beloved hosts on Kogo, KSON, Kixie, among another of other stations, including The Fan, 93.3, right, the home of the Padres, The Fan, as being one of the reasons why they would work with the Beer home team. In fact, when we worked with Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson, one of the key things that he really liked about the structure we were working with, he had already been through 3 other agents, home had gone unsold over the course of over 2 years, and in only 16 days we sold his home at 100% of his asking price. And one of the key drivers was he liked that we had a fair compensation model.